Who do you have winning the NFC North? It's between the Vikings, the Bears, the Packers, and the Lions. Yeah. Who do you have winning the division?
Well, just to summarize a bit on Yannick, I think, and the Jaguars, I think that the Jaguars have never really been that good. Like everyone knows, like they're nothing. That year they made the AFC Championship, I bet the odds, Vegas odds were plus 10,000. There's no way. Like I looked, I was like, the Jaguars. I was like, we're definitely going to the Super Bowl. But you're right. Blake Bortles, way below average quarterback. If they had a glimpse, an average quarterback, they had a shot because their defense was that good. But they let go of Jalen Ramsey. Jalen was probably
the top 3 corner in the game. No, he is a top 3 corner in the game.
And he was vocal about the organization and like cut me pretty much. He went to the Rams. That's a smart move. Yannick took a $6 million cut in an NFL in a pandemic, so you're really not getting paid. So that shows you. I just think that the Vikings. So to move forward to who's going to win it, I think the Vikings are always at like 10-6, maybe 11-5 team, but they're no sleeper. Like they bounced the Saints last year. I had them going to the Super Bowl, and they bounced them.
Joe said, "Ooh,
yeah." That was there's
surprising.
No shirt. There's no shot. What's his name? Vikings quarterback Kirk Cousins should have outplayed Drew Brees and the best wide receiver in football, Michael Thomas, in the dome. That should not have happened. I don't know what happened. So I'm gonna say the Vikings because I think Aaron Rodgers is a little deflated right now, and I think he's gonna have to carry the Green Bay Packers big time. Devontae Adams, nice. Devontae Adams top 5 in the game, but I think defense wins you games and championships. So I'm gonna go Vikings.
Okay. What do you think?
I'm going the Lions.
Okay.
I got the Lions winning division, and this is why. Because first, I'm gonna name everything wrong with every team in the NFC North.
Okay.
Because this division is probably going to be the closest division in football. You know, the closest division in football usually the closest division in football is usually the NFC East, right?
The Giants,
not recently, but it was. That division now is the NFC North. Green Bay, they lost their leading tackler Blake Martinez.
Big loss.
They lost Brian Bulaga to the Chargers. What was their biggest weakness last year? Stopping the run, and they don't have any wide receiver outside of Devontae Adams.
Very true.
What do? They lose Jimmy Graham. Now their starting tight end is a 36-year-old Mercedes Lewis. He might be 37. He only had 135 yards receiving last year. You didn't add a wide receiver. They added Devin Funchess. He opted out of the NFL season because of COVID. So you didn't add a wide receiver. In the most stacked wide receiver class, you drafted a project quarterback in the first round and a running back in the second round when you have an 1,000-yard rusher in Aaron Jones. So they totally mismanaged there. You can't stop the run. When you can't stop the run, it's because your linebackers are bad. They let go of all their better linebackers, and what they got in return is Christian Kirksey, who's probably not an upgrade. Then let's go to Minnesota. You lose Stephon Diggs.
That's big.
That's true.
Adam Thielen had an off year last year. He got
hurt though.
Yeah, but he only averaged 41 yards per game receiving.
They didn't know
in the games that he played. So he's your number 1 now. Who's their real number 2? You really don't know.
Calvin Cook, I would say. Like just
Dalvin Cook,
in general.
Their player, yeah, but receiver is probably a rookie, Justin Jefferson. Do you trust a rookie? I'm not sure. Then you look at the Vikings offensive line. To get Yannick, they had to cut their right tackle or the left tackle, Riley Reef. He's not that good, but he's their best option.
Yeah.
So now you don't even have somebody to protect Kirk Cousins' blind side. Their biggest problem is the offensive line. They didn't address it. A strong defense. They got a little bit stronger, you can say, but they also lost all their corners. Mackenzie Alexander, Trey Waynes, Xavier Rhodes.
They lost Mackenzie Alexander?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Xavier Rhodes.
So they lost all of their corners, and now they're hoping that these young ones step up. So their weaknesses on their team are corners, offensive line,
linebackers,
and Dalvin Cook is injured a lot. He's never had a full season.
Ever.
So, and their schedule is tough. Like, their schedule is tough. I think each team in the division is facing the 49ers, the Saints, the Titans, the Colts, the Texans. Like, each team has a really tough schedule. The Vikings face Dallas too. Dallas isn't going to be a slouch this season. Now let's go on to the Bears. The Bears elite defensively, but who's your quarterback?
Yeah.
Like you can't tell a team like. Every team in this division has a good quarterback. Stafford, Cousins, Rodgers, and then Trubisky/Foles. They haven't even named their starting quarterback. That means that both of these quarterbacks have been bad in camp. Trubisky can't outplay Foles, and Foles can't outplay Trubisky. So what is going on here? If you can't score, you can't win. And there's proof in that with the Jaguars. They had one of the best defenses we've seen in recent history. Their offense was so bad.
Same thing with the Jets.
That they couldn't win games.
Same thing with the Jets years ago. Elite defensively, we had a rookie, Mark Sanchez. Terrible.
Oh, way like 10 years ago.
Those problems are alive and well, especially with the Bears.
It's on to the Lions. Their biggest weakness last year was defense, right? Mm-hmm. Matthew Stafford played like an elite quarterback last year.
He missed games, right? Stafford last year?
Yeah, he did. They could have started 4-1 or 5-0 realistically. The first game was tied against Arizona. They should have won. They blew the lead. They beat the Chargers. They beat the Eagles. They started out 2-0-1. Mm-hmm. They lost to the Chiefs in like a miraculous down to the wire game. They should have won that game. And then on Monday Night Football, they got robbed against the Packers in like 2 bogus face hands to the face penalties. Mm-hmm. So they could have realistically started 4-0 or 5-0, or 4-1 and 5-0. So their defense, they get Jamie Collins from the Patriots, really good linebacker. They get Danny Shelton. They get Desmond Trufant from the Falcons. Mm-hmm. They get Deron Harmon, a safety from the Patriots. He's a really good safety too. They draft a cornerback, 3rd overall, in Jeff Okudah, who's going to be a stud in the NFL. They have a good slot in Justin Coleman. Their linebackers are iffy, but they have all the good surrounding parts, and I think this is a year that the Lions take this division. It's going to be close, but then you look at their offense. Kerryon Johnson, DeAndre Swift, I think 2nd or 1st round pick. DeAndre Swift, I think he was a 2nd round pick. Kenny Galladay, Marvin Jones, Danny Amendola. They have a pretty good offensive line.
Elite quarterback.
Matt Stafford.
He's not elite.
No, I think Stafford is great.
If he's not elite, he's borderline because he's a really good quarterback.
He's above average, but he's not.
No,
elite.
Stafford is great. Stafford is great. Stafford is great.
What's the farthest he's gone?
It's not about that. In football, it's not about that.
It is
not about
that.
No,
he only made the playoffs once in his career.
It made it playoff
I think
once.
Twice.
It's a quarterback-driven league, and you made the playoff twice.
That's false, and I'll tell you why that's false. It's false because football is a team game. When you're playing for the Detroit Lions, who before Matt Stafford got there went 0-16, it's really hard to bring that franchise into relevance, especially in a division that has Aaron Rodgers, one of the better quarterbacks of all time playing there, who's probably going to win the division every other year.
Yeah,
like this is the year for Detroit. This is the year for Detroit, and they're going to do it.
It's definitely quarterback living. Who's the last non-MVP quarterback?
No, it's a quarterback-driven league, but quarterbacks cannot win without a great team.
Yeah, of course.
And Matthew Stafford has never had a great team. I don't think
that's true.
He's
never had a great team.
I don't think any
not
year.
A great team. I don't think had a great.
But do you think he has a great team this year?
He doesn't have a great team, but he has a good team. But everybody in the NFC North doesn't have a great team. They all have huge flaws, and I think the best team that's well surrounded, like that's surrounding their quarterbacks, the best is the Lions this year.
So where do they go?
I think they win the division 9-7 or 10-6.
Damn.
Because I see the Bears going 5-11 or 6-10.
All right.
I see the Vikings going 7-9. I see the Packers going 8-8, and I see the Lions.
Wow.
I see them going 10-6, 9-7. It's going to be a close division. It's going to be really close. But I got Detroit.